All right. I see video. Uh let's play the first 40 minutes of a game. Eh? Uh so the game I'm going to play today is Knack. I really wanted to do this in this these videos that I'm making. Because I liked this game and not a lot of other people did. So that the point of me making these videos is not that I play games that nobody else liked that I did, but I figured this is more interesting. Like, I can play Halo, and I like Halo, but everybody likes Halo. You find plenty of people talking about how great that is. So I figure this, if there are games like this, it may be more interesting because less people are talking about them. So actually, I like this game a lot, and I'm going to play it now. They just announced today that they're coming out with Beyond Two Souls for the PS4 next week. I played that on PS3. I liked that even more than this game, and other people hated that even more than this game. So I'll definitely do that next week when it comes out. But in the meantime, Knack. So, like I said, I really wanted to do a video of this one. I actually searched my apartment for about 40 minutes the other day trying to find it. I played this game the first time about a year ago, so it's been a while since I've seen it, and could not find it, was super disappointed, and then realized that I never actually had a physical copy of it. I downloaded it. So that explained that. Figured that out, got it downloaded. Gonna play it. So, why did everybody hate this game before we start? I think, I mean, it's not like I'm not gonna say that it's one of the best games ever or anything. It doesn't do anything overly original. It is a throwback, which is what they said it was. And I guess people weren't in the mood for that when it came out. Which, to be fair, so this was a PS4 launch title. And I think that's kind of a stupid time to come out with a throwback. When a new console comes out, people are kind of excited to see what's the future of video games. What are you going to unlock that we couldn't do before? And a throwback maybe is not what people are looking for at that time. But if you look at some of the reviews for this, which let me pull some up, people said it didn't work. Gameplay was repetitive. They're somewhat right. Gameplay isn't super varied, but it's sort of like the game gives you, like a lot of games used to do, it sort of gives you the tools that you're going to use to get through the game, and then it gives you some easy things to do with those tools, and throughout the game those things get harder. And it doesn't, like, you don't get new powers. Like new games sort of do this thing now where you're constantly unlocking stuff throughout the game. You're constantly changing the way that you play it. And that's great. But games didn't used to do that, and I don't know that every game does need to do that. I thought this was plenty fun. It gets hard for some of the stuff. And you just need to be, like, so the mechanics stay the same throughout the whole game. You just need to be really good at them towards the end of the game. So this got a 54 on Metacritic, 9 good reviews, 46 mixed reviews, 28 negative reviews. And I think it's unfair, but again, I think it was an inappropriate time to release it. And most of the bad reviews are from the little publications that I've never heard of. Although Giant Bomb, GameStop, or GameSpot, Joystick. Alright, so maybe that thing that I just said was not true. But, Electronic Gaming Monthly. Alright, so there's some well-known publications that didn't like it, but, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna stop rambling about it. I'll talk a little bit more about it afterwards, but for now, let's just play it. So it is 9:50. And as usual, I'm gonna try and shut up during the story stuff so you can listen to that. What is this? I see.
This record was taken just 2 days ago in the Highland Crags. It seems the goblins there have progressed from being a minor nuisance to somehow being able to take down a highly fortified outpost. Thank you all for coming on such short notice. And Doctor, thank you for hosting this gathering. How did these goblins progress in such a short time from bows and arrows to tanks and guns? Where are they based? And how can we remove the threat they pose? We must immediately mount an expedition to discover whatever we can. Do we have any volunteers?
The Crags, huh? That's deep in Goblin country. I can get you all in. I'm less sure I can get you all out again.
Victor.
Victor Industries welcomes the opportunity to field test the latest model of our security robots.
While human strength is, of course, desirable, the expedition will need something far more powerful to take on those goblin weapons. The high-tech armaments of these robots should prove invaluable in accomplishing the mission. Any other volunteers? Well then, it seems Ryder and Victor will be our expeditionary force. Yes, Doctor?
Before any final decision is made, I would like to show you all a little something I've been working on. Come!
Uncle!
Hey, how you been?
Good. The doctor keeps me busy, though.
Huh?
I gotta go set up. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Begin.
Just go slow, little buddy. You'll be fine.
What you see before you is my ultimate creation, Knack.
I guess I'm just avoiding at this point. This is actually going to end up being a lot of it. There's punching, jumping, double jump, jump attack.
The foundation of our society is these relics, the mysterious remnants of some unknown civilization that power our machines and make our way of life possible.
And as would be expected, very responsive controls. This would be a waste of a game if it weren't. They weren't. But they're pretty good. And then as you collect those little blocks, you get bigger.
Underground, then use them to power our cars, our planes, our generators. The discovery of this source of perpetual energy has changed our lives completely.
You'll notice the game doesn't look great. They're sort of going for like a Pixar type of thing. Which aged less well than I remember. I don't mind the art style, it's the textures are a little meh. But that's fine. Again, maybe not something you want in a launch title. Probably should have turned those notifications off. So guys are starting to die a little quicker because I think I'm getting a little bigger.
Decades learning the secrets of the relics and how to bring them to consciousness. The result is Knack.
Although now I'm small again.
Thinking, breathing creature.
And the game will kind of do that. You'll get huge, and then you'll get small again. They never sort of keep you at the same size for too long. Oops, that's not how that was. Oh god. When I say the game gets hard, that's not what I'm talking about. The game gets actually hard. In a way that... it's beyond me just being uncoordinated.
Knack, pick up those relics.
Oh yeah.
As you can see, Knack is capable of explosive growth.
Yay. Oh right, forgot about that mechanic. There is a dodge too. I don't remember how it works. If you can just do it any time, if there's usually a prompt. I think we'll find out in the next 40 minutes. This obviously is just tutorial stuff, so it's not supposed to be that hard.
Knack, shrink down and go through that duct.
So you never really have control over your size, like, there will never be anything, unless I'm forgetting it, because it's been a while, but I don't think there will ever be anything where it's like, I need to hit a button to get small, sort of reach a checkpoint, and then it does it for you.
Knack can power up by absorbing the energy contained within sunstones. Once energized, he can release the power of the sunstones explosively as a massive shockwave. Knack, use the shockwave to take out those robots' shields.
Yeah.
As you can see, the shockwave can destroy multiple targets at once.
I think originally there was a secret in there, but it's not letting me know about that because I've got it on another save. Okay, there was no prompt there, so I'm expecting you to know that now, which is good, I think.
up again using the Sunstones.
Oh, it's done.
Knack can also use the power of the Sunstones to transform himself into a storm of relics. Now, Knack, show them what your storm attack can do to those enemies. As you have seen, Knack is able to use the energy contained within the Sunstones to augment his already formidable powers.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember doing that a whole lot. Doesn't mean I can't start, though.
Most impressive, Doctor. You call it Knack, is that right?
Actually, I call myself Knack.
Impressive. He seems a little delicate to me. When we go after the goblins, we'll face challenges far deadlier than those slow-moving buckets of bolts.
What exactly are you getting at, Victor?
Well, I brought a few of my security robots with me. If Knack can get by those, then I'll grant he has a place in the expedition.
Can do. Let's take this to the garden. There's a bit more room.
So,
Okay, how long is that message gonna be? There it
can do
goes.
it?
We'll see now, won't we?
Yeah, that was tough. It was touch and go for a little while there. We just barely squeaked past.
Using the power of the Sunstones, Knack can also blast distant targets with a barrage of relics.
Yeah.
This blast attack is even capable of striking multiple targets at once.
Oh. Apparently that's that top secret screen. I'm not sure what was so secret about that, but oh yeah. So you die fairly quickly in this game, which I think is where a lot of the difficulty comes in. I mean that's stupid death. I was just being careless. But the game will do that a decent bit. You'll have to get through a bunch of different areas. Maybe there's like 3 in a checkpoint, you make it past the first 2, and then you die on the 3rd. And you have to repeat the first 2, which would normally kind of bug me in games. It doesn't so much bug me in this one, because even if you have to repeat parts, it's still fairly quick. And it's sort of learning how to do those early parts efficiently is kind of part of it. You sort of get the patterns down if you repeat them. So that you basically have no chance of dying if the third part's really hard. Yeah. I almost don't want to get this because it's gonna... Well, I don't remember what it is, so let's find out. Alright. Quick jump to and from super secret screen. So I think the reason that it's blocking it is because it has my PSN name on it. I think it's sort of like a comparison between what you've done and what your friends have done.
Next.
Hellas are getting bigger. Yeah. No. Alright. Seemed like that was going to be a lot more than it was. So that's how you restore health too, by the way, is getting that stuff. Yeah. 2 shots. I sense impending death here. Ah! Would have had him, except I was on the... Oh, I have to redo this. So that's actually a good example. So that I got through that pretty decently. So there's that one attack at the end where I kind of flubbed, and that's sort of what you end up doing when you replay segments. Is you next time I don't do that theoretically. Although I wouldn't put it past me to do that anyway. Ah. Been a while since I played this. I don't think I need to get this stuff. I don't think it makes me bigger. I think that's just restore health stuff. That was much better. Okay, I'm not gonna get that because I've already played this game and I'm not gonna continue after these 40 minutes. And I don't want to go back to super secret screen. Oh, that's new. apologize for all the prompts that continuously show up. You know, remember to turn those off next time.
Charlotte. Sorry.
When the enemies hit you, they do a decent amount of damage. I don't know if you noticed, that was almost half of my life.
So, Victor, you still think I'm too delicate?
It seems the doctor will be joining us after all.
But you want him to come, and you want him to bring Knack.
What a wonderful demonstration, Doctor. Yes, Knack must join us in our expedition.
I wonder what Charlotte would have thought of Knack if she were still around. Come on, Doc. Let's go.
Hurry up, lad. We don't have all day.
Hey, Doc. Thanks for looking after my nephew. He's growing up so fast.
Frankly, Ryder, it was easier when he was younger. Now he wants to know how and why and debate everything. It's really quite trying at times.
It sounds like you need a break. Why don't you let me take him for a few days?
Oh, he's all yours.
Lucas! It's just you and me again. Now, the tracks from those goblin tanks should still be visible. Keep a sharp lookout.
Gonna go fight a goblin army? Why not bring your young nephew with you? What could go wrong?
Let the adventure begin.
I can't wait.
Well, my dear, wish us luck.
Starboard side! I can see the tanks!
That's the old crag mine. It's huge in there. Tunnels go on for miles. No telling what the goblins are up to. Let's land and take a closer look on foot.
They've barricaded the entrance quite thoroughly. We'll need to find another way in.
Splitting up should make that faster. Perhaps north, east, and west through the forest.
We'll take the forest. Come on, Knack. Be on guard, Knack. These woods are full of dangerous creatures.
Alright, so this is sort of the first actual level where you immediately learn how enemies move and screw it up a bunch of times. I feel like the camera made me miss something there, but... Yeah. Yeah, so these guys aren't tough. You just need to make sure that you're not recovering from a jump or an attack at the wrong time. And I think they... 2 punches to the face and they weren't dying, but 1 to the back and they do. And I... Oh, these guys. Same thing, but explodey.
Look, there's an old structure with some relics in it.
I'm not sure where these relics come from, but okay. I'll take them. Yeah. Sloppy.
Knack, those tracks mean that there are goblins around. Watch your step.
Used to those guys. So very much in throwback manner, which again is a thing that people faulted, and I don't, I wouldn't want every game to do that, but I didn't mind it through the course of this game. They sort of do that thing where you meet enemies individually, you learn how to beat them, and then you fight combinations, which makes them harder. Simple, tried but true, but fun. Now it's still fairly simple, but later in the game, it'll start getting very intense. I feel like I've made that point. I'm gonna stop making it. Just repeat myself for the next 40 minutes. Oh, those those tornado guys. Ah! Guess I could be using the yellow stuff more. Haven't really done a whole lot of that. Seems a lot more effective than my approach last time. Okay. Did not time that jump particularly well. those hammer guys are kind of nice. You can always sort of beat them to the first swing.
Doctor, I found another entrance to the mine.
Good job, Knack. Hold on, I'm almost there. No.
Doctor's not dead weight or anything.
They dug these tunnels 100 years ago, looking for relics.
Oops.
They found a lot of them back in the day, but this mine is nearly completely tapped out now.
Yeah. I was gonna say, remember there being, this guy's being somewhat tricky. He does like a super spin or something. No, I guess it's just 3 attacks. I imagine it won't be long until I'm fighting 5 of those guys at a time.
For some reason, relics are always found in buildings like this. But is it even a building? There's no door. No one human ever lived there.
No one human ever lived anywhere without a door. I always want to go the wrong way first. Okay, secret. Not gonna get it.
It's the goblin tanks. We got ahead of them somehow.
The road's too old to take much more of that pounding.
Well done, Goblin Army. And it begins. I guess that stuff helps a little bit. Get bigger.
Thanks, Knack.
These guys aren't so tough now. So again, the game isn't a linear progression. It's not like I'm super big now and those guys will never be difficult again. They will make me smaller again. I think, actually, probably right now.
Ah, a control room. There's no relics left in that generator, though.
Just a sec, Doc. I'll get the lights on for you. Let's go.
Oh, I'm tiny again. Oh god. You know, the screen flat out told me what to do there, and I didn't do it. It's weak. Weak death. So this highlights one of the problems that people had with the game is, I think, so dying at that one part and then having to go back through all of this part, I think rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. You know, it doesn't take that long, and I screwed up that part the second time. There's room for improvement. But be aware that that's a thing.
Ah, now this is more like it. Do you know that I found you in a cave just like this? You see that pedestal? You find one of these caves, like as not, there's a pedestal in it, with nothing on top. But once, oh, this was about 20 years ago now, I found a cave that was different. It is said that these places were once alive, that the relics flocked like birds within them. But no one in generations had ever seen it so. Until then, on the pedestal was a glowing orb, and around it spun a constellation of gold and red and blue. I held out my hand, I don't know why, and the orb came to me. It took many years to unlock the secret of the orb and strengthen its power 100-fold. But at last, I solved the puzzle. And the result was you. Hey, let's go take a closer look, huh?
I always get one good dodge and then I flub the second one. Alright, we're actually approaching the 40-minute mark. Well, no. I can't let this beat me. I'll get past this part. It's not better than me. It's not. Alright. some questionable maneuvers there, but
Stay back. You okay, Doc?
Never better.
a lot easier to get through this stuff when you use that heavily. I'm actually about to move into a new area, and if I do, well, why is this happening? Should not have died there. Alright, I thought I was about to move into a different area, but I actually don't think I am. I think I'm going down to that pedestal, so I've got a little bit of cave stuff left. And now it seems like as good a time as any to stop. So this is the game. It sort of proceeds through this. You go across a pretty good variety of locations. You move from here into the forest, into the goblin camp. Story develops. You go different places that you wouldn't have heard about now. I don't actually remember where you go, but different levels look different. They introduce new environmental things. Actually kind of a stereotypical batch of old-timey 3D platformers stuff, ice, fire. You get big in the game. There are some levels where you are like King Kong level big or Godzilla level big, just sort of trampling through city streets. It's a lot of dodging and attacking and executing the relatively. I could be wrong about this because it's been a while since I played it, but I think you've pretty much seen the mechanics. The dodge, the little yellow power moves, and punching and jumping, and it's really just about executing that stuff precisely as the challenges ramp up, with tougher guys, with more difficult patterns, and more of them, different combinations of things, and you sort of go through the game like that. It's not a super long game, so it's not like, it's one of those things where people get sort of annoyed when games aren't 30-40 hours long, but then they also get upset when games aren't super complex. And I think there's room for simpler concepts that aren't terribly long, that don't overstay their welcome. And this, I think, is one of them. And I think it's worth playing. I didn't buy it for $60 at launch, and maybe I can see being a little bummed if I had. Sort of the usual story with expectations and people being disappointed because they thought one thing and got another thing. I think this game is a lot better than people made it out to be if you come into it without the expectations of it sort of ushering in a new era of video game excellence, and you just play it because it's colorful and it's kind of Pixar story and it's throwback and fun mechanics, and relatively simple. You can buy it for $20, which is a good price for something like this. I don't really have anything more to say about it. I recommend it. Like I said, I think people were let down with it as a launch title, but you can't really play it with those expectations anymore because the console's been out for a while and you've got a lot of other stuff to play if you're looking for something that's, going to show off a new generation of things. So now when you play this game, you just have to play it for what it is, and I think it shines a lot more that way. So that's all I've got. Like I said, I'm going to do another one of these next week for Beyond Two Souls. I may do one or two this weekend. I don't know, it's really easy to do these. It's just sitting down for 40 minutes and playing a game without having to really script anything or even be good at the game. So I've got a couple other games. I found a lot of old games that I enjoyed while I was looking for the physical copy of this game that I apparently never owned. So I've got some things that I kind of wouldn't mind running through. So maybe I'll do some of those this weekend before Beyond. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to comment on the YouTube video, or email me at first40videogames@gmail.com. That's all I've got, and thank you again for watching.